Coming up on the Day of Reckoning fight card, December 23rd, will be a fight between Frank Sanchez and Junior Fa, two heavyweights who are looking to separate their positions so that they can ascend toward a title shot. Let's talk about this heavyweight matchup. In one of the greatest stacked cards in the past 30 years, basically since the heyday of Don King, when he used to stack boxing cards with tremendous fights, with all types of stars headlining, culminating in the main event, which saw champions equally share the spotlight on the night. The Day of Reckoning boxing card that'll be held in Saudi, December 23rd, to close the year out in the sport of boxing, is boxing going out with a bang in 2023. And on that card are a number of heavyweight hopefuls who are looking to get back into contention. And this video we're talking about Frank Sanchez from Cuba and Junior Fa from New Zealand. These two men are coming in, Frank with his record of 23-0 with 16 KOs, against Fa, who's coming in 20-2 with 11 KOs, looking to show what they have to offer for one of the potential heavyweight champions, or at some point next year, if unification takes place for undisputed, it will be for one champion next year to be able to challenge for the right to become heavyweight champion themselves. These two men basically are coming together, and Fa, who had been touted as a hopeful with a very strong amateur background, he's 34 years of age now. He stands 6'5" with an 80.5-inch reach. He's light on his feet with good hand speed, and was thought to be a little bit better than what he has shown thus far. His fight back in February of 2021 against Joseph Parker, when he was still undefeated, Parker ended up handing him his first loss. But that was a fight that Fa could have won. He didn't come in the best of shape, and he didn't have the proper motivation going into that, which was a setback for him. But he has a skill set that Parker does not have, which is amazing within itself when you realize that he ended up losing that fight unanimously to Parker. On the other hand, with Frank Sanchez, he's been in there with other fighters who were touted, such as Efe Ajagba. And Sanchez, who's 31 years of age, he's an orthodox fighter who stands 6'4" with a 78-inch reach, has looked to box and bang in his career. And his victory over Ajagba in October of 2021 saw him perform as a pretty darn good boxer who was mobile and could punch on the move. He even dropped Ajagba in that fight and went on his way toward the type of victory that saw some of the other heavyweight prospects as well as contenders look a different direction when it came down to considering Frank Sanchez on the schedule. Now back to Fa, a fighter that I've looked at him and I realized his victory since he had the 2 straight losses, the first to Joseph Parker and then the second one was to Lucas Brown. He lost by TKO, and that was in June of 2022. He has a tendency to freeze up and he doesn't throw punches. In other words, he's not active enough. He allows the opponent to get going and gain and build momentum against him because of his reluctance to go in there and engage and initiate. He's a big man, he's a strong man, but he doesn't appear to be strong internally. And that's where these men who are of stature have an advantage over him. The strong fighters can see and sense this in a fighter. Frank Sanchez is no different. He can see. And when you look at what he does well overall, you have to say that he has more at the end of the day. He has more in being a more active puncher. He has more in the area of being agile and mobile in the ring. And then he even has more still being a more versatile fighter, being able to fight from mid-range, box from distance, and on an occasion go inside to mix it up with his opponents, which I expect him to do against Fa. I expect that Frank Sanchez is really going to take the fight to Fa to try to take his confidence away early and not let him build any type of rhythm or momentum. But this, again, is something that is in the court of Junior Fa. He has the talent. The talent is there, but the effort is in question. He has to ask himself, what does he really want out of his heavyweight career? Does he truly want to be a champion? Does he just want to make a few bucks? Does he want to make a note in the pages of the annals of boxing history? It's really up to Junior Fa. Maybe he needs to get out of New Zealand. Maybe he needs some Western coaching and get around some people where he can cultivate his skill set and become a stronger, more structured fighter. There's nothing wrong with making change. He's 34 years of age. The clock is ticking. And at the end of the day, when you look at Frank Sanchez, he happens to be one of the fighters a lot like King Kong Ortiz, who will be avoided because of the experience he has being a Cuban fighter who is capable. That word is not a word you hear a lot in the sport of boxing, but you have to understand that capable means that on any given night, he may be able to show up and outshow an opponent. And there's a lot of strength in that. And there is opportunity in that as well. I wouldn't believe that Tyson Fury would want to face him, nor would Alexander Usyk. But what do you think? This is Stormy B Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you think about the possibilities between Frank Sanchez and Junior Fa. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.